Sorry about that. Had taken off my win pop screen for my mic. Had to find it. Anyway, here we are. Welcome back, everybody. And let's see if we can't get this sucker to a point of finish. We were pretty close yesterday, but I think there's a few things I want to do left on it. Then we need to make ourselves the driver, and then we need to put it in someplace. Yeah, it should be a good day. So let's look. First thing, let's take a look at it within texture because that's going to help us a little bit. I think we need a little bit more detail around the back and the bottom. Maybe a few more doohickey things just to kind of make it feel a little less smooth. Let's jump. And there's not a mirror on it. I'm going to give it a mirror first. Just to help us with that now. Okay. Now I'm going to take here to here. I want both sides. Damn it, I didn't grab it. This is the one I want, yes. Okay. Good deal. And get that, and maybe that too. And here, let's go back. Let's grab this too. Yeah. And then, sure. Let's grab all those parts. Why not? And then, gonna have to try to keep it, I don't know, simple enough, but let's see if that does what we want. Now let's go a little bit more. Yeah, I'll take all that. See, that's gonna be our back and bottom. Okay. Yeah. Settings, turn off dynamic scale. Panels. Random panel it. Radial. It's not bad, but I think we can do better. Max depth of 0.02. It just feels a little kind of pasted on still right now. Not loving it yet. Walk. I think radial I like better. Let's max of 15. That makes it smaller. That gives us some more panels. I think could be cool. Let's see. All right. Okay. I can live with that. I think that's all right. We'll do some more to it, but I think that's not bad. Okay. Then let's, I think I'm actually just going to join it with the other one though. Join by distance, remove the vertices. Actually, let's undo first. This one, just grab that. X, delete the faces. Now, let's join them together. There we go. Cool. So now there's no underneath sections. Cool. Okay. And let's think what else we want to give it. I think here. Yeah. Alt-E along normals. Even distribution doesn't really matter. Cool. No. Yes. bevel. Get a bit of a bumper. Not really a bumper because, you know, it doesn't bump into anything, but, you know, something like that. And plus, and material, we'll make it that metal. Create some color differentiation. Yeah. Sure. Not super in love with it, but I don't hate it. I don't know. It's not really working for me as I look at it more. Let's get rid of it. Not opposed to the idea, but I don't like the way it's looking. So I said 0. Cool. Let's do the same thing here. Just kind of smooth all these, flatten them out. Great. And then this one's gonna be a little bit trickier. Turn on proportional is on. And come here before we do that. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, that might be better. Brought that up, make it a little less wonked out. Yeah, okay. So now, see if we like it better like this. I'm not going to go as far either. That looks better, I think. Yeah, it feels less immature, for lack of a better word. Let's give it a beveling. Now do that. Let's see. Yeah, it feels way better. I'm good with that. Ermagerd. A little bit more here. Panels. 1. And see if that's too much. That's a lot, but cuts 1. All right, well, that's better. Let's just keep playing with it though. Walk, max 5. Get another cut. Yeah, that's better. I'm into that. Okay. And let's see this sucker here. That's already got the metallic black, right? Let's see. Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of got a weird blush to it. Let's see. Sharpen. What's our sharpen set to? 60, 30? No. All right, well, it's fine. I'll come back. We'll leave it as a separate part though, just for right now still, just in case. Let's try a different material. Try steel matte. Let's see what that looks like. That's going to be like obviously way brighter. I'm not sure I like that yet either. I think I do like that the best. Okay, but we'll keep playing. I reserve the right to change it. I'm going to create some cables first, though. So first thing, let's come to here and there and there. Okay, and these are not mirrorable. So good to know. Sure. I don't care that it cuts through that a little bit. Let's do some more. Yeah, I don't like that one. Let's do another one. Let's go here to here. Yeah. That one I think I will mirror. I don't know. Sure. Okay, another cable. Cables are just fun, right? Here, they just give us a sense that something is happening. Sure, let's edit it. Let's add another. Let's see, this will do it. There we go. That's cool. Yes, that is cool. Mirror it. So we're just adding a little bit more, visual interest to it. I like that. Take all those cables and convert to mesh and join together and make sci-fi. Let's see how that looks. There's some random coloring going across there, but I kind of like it. Okay, cool. Then I think here, let's come back in. Let's take these, and make those that darker color. So it kind of links it to our engine section more. Yeah. Good deal. That might be good with that part for right now. Save. Just want to come in here and let's take a look. No. I want this to here. No. To here. To here. To here. Just that? I think just that. Yeah. Alt-E, extend on normals up just a bit. Actually, no. Cool. And then scale. Turn off proportional. Individual origins. Does that give us what we want? Nah, not really liking it. Cool. Great. That's good. Right. No, not good. Undo. Redo. Grab that Alt-D along normals. There we go. Plus. There we go. better. Plus, and why would you make that as well? Don't know, don't care. That's my answer to that question. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just having that little trim there helps, I think. Trying to keep it so it doesn't just look like, you know, here's a cool thing. Here's just a slapped on 3D simple shape. We want to kind of make it feel like it was designed holistically, or at least put together by semi-holistically. Okay. Try something like that. All the way up to there. Yeah. Maybe this down all the way to there. Shift Q, panels. I'm going to the maximum 0.005 or 0.02. Max. Yes. That seems fun. I'm into that. I'm just going to make that our that one. Let's see. Yes. Now it's got enough for me. I goes, oh yeah, there's stuff back there. It does stuff. It means things. Does it have? No. Does not have normals data. I don't know why it's getting that kind of squishy look, but it's fine. All right, let's call it for right now. We might come back to it later, but let's say it's good. Now we need to work on the driver for this thing. And I'm going to, before I do that, I think, courage of my convictions and all that. This object, I want to check. No, it is here, right? Yes. UV maps. It needs to be UV map. Yes. A object convert to mesh. It's like it worked. That was the only thing that was not using the standard UV map. So by renaming it, it worked. Cool. So we have one vehicle now, single object, what we wanted. Nice. Now, let's get rid of our vehicle just for a second. And let's make ourselves a person. We're going to go with human gen, I think. Start a human. Who's looking good for us? I think we'll go with Hugo. Oh, come on. Oh, I already have one. That's why. It errors out when you do that. I think it worked, though. Let's just do it all over again. Can't have the folder hidden. Cool. Yeah, no errors now. So there's our guy to start with, Javier. And we're going to randomize his entire body. He's very skinny now. He might be a little too skinny right now. Let's randomize one more time. That'd go. Okay. Not stylized. We're not going to say the rest of that stuff there. Age 50 sounds good. Face, we're going to randomize all again. Let's give ourselves a sort of a close to a unbiased, unjudgmental human as we can make. Yeah. I even like his hair. Everyone's going to give people on this planet sort of close cropped hair anyway, so that's cool. 510 is fine. Texture, we're going to randomize the skin. Cool. Subsurface is on, underwear is on. That's fine. I'm right with his eye color that way. Yeah, we could mess with the skin textures, but I think that's fine. Hair, we're going to go with accurate because I like cycles. We'll give him a little bit of salt and pepper. Yeah. Which we may or may not ever see, but you know, why not? At least these guys don't wear that face mask because he's not nobility, so we can put him in whatever. Now, clothes. I don't know that I even want to give him like custom stuff. I think something from here will probably work fine. And we can modify it. Let's see what this guy looks like. No, I don't like that shirt that much. It's not really working on him, is it? I mean, we could probably make it work, but let's see. Go like that. Pants are kind of cool, though. Those pants I don't want. How do we feel with that top? That top's kind of cool. I think I can go with that. Again, it's a little bit wonked, but it's fine. Oh, I deleted the other guy's pose. I shouldn't have done that yet. Well, it's fine. Okay. Do I give him shoes? Probably doesn't really need them, but we're going to give him peasant boot shoes. And we'll adjust as necessary. Okay. Hello, Javier. Bring back your car. Okay. Sit. And we used this one last time, and we kind of liked it. Cool. Bring them forward. It's kind of awesome, actually. He's got to fix his feet. Forward just a little bit more. And that kind of works, I think. Yep. Okay. Pause mode. Want to go to local? Angel origins, yes. Let's bring that up. Bring that in. We're not going to worry too much because we're not going to look to see if he's like, oh my God, it's clipping. But we'll do kind of a little bit. Okay. And then this bad boy, same thing. Okay. I mean, we are not going to go look inside his cockpit close enough to see how bad that looks. It doesn't look too bad, but like there are some things obviously. But I think that'll work. Let's move this hand. And slightly, and this one. On top of that, like there. Wish you had a better controller, but you know, we can maybe try to get it down something close to that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Just something so it feels like, yeah, he could be controlling something. We are not going to stress too much about it. Okay. Object mode. Let's come back to this thing. Let's sculpt it. I'm going to smooth it down a little bit and fix some of that weirdness that HumanGen does with clothes sometimes that we don't really understand why. We're going to turn off X. Okay. Same with this one. Cool. Grab elastic. Just fix where it pokes through. That a little bit where it's weird. Smooth that in. Smooth all that in. I'm going to fix this where it's kind of weird just so we don't notice it. That should be good. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, we're liking it. He's certainly going to do what we need for this right now. Cool. Save. So let us now jump to the environment. I want to put him kind of coming down a road. Unlike the vehicles on the other planet, these are more like hover vehicles. They're not going to fly so much, so he's going to have to stay fairly close to the ground. Let's create a circle and make it radius of 50. That should be enough to give us what we want. Rotation, scale, tab, fill it, and quad remesh it to 400. Okay. Delete the original circle. Move our retopple circle. New collection. Ground. And we're just going to sculpt mode. Again, this is primarily a flat space, but we will add some hills and some bumps just to sort of help. And we want to kind of keep our road section down the center. And we can bring up these edges around the outside to help hide our camera stuff too. It's a bit of a cheat, but it works. And play with the scale a little bit. So there's not all the hills are the same height. And some we're going to bring down too. All right. Save. And add our modifier. Give us a terrain. How are we feeling? Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, we're going to just apply it. because we really don't care too much. We're just going to use what we get. And sculpt, and let's kind of smooth in that part just to make my life a bit easier. Okay. And great. Object mode. Now, actually, weight paint. I always forget how you change this. There's there's an overlay, and I remember where you do it. Here. No. Where is it? I kind of wanted to see the ground. Opacity, there it is. Okay. So now paint. You can paint along that. All right. And that's going to be our road. Just to fun it out a little bit, let's blur it. Just a touch, that doesn't really matter. Let's smear it just a little bit. Just want to add a little bit of like instability to it. I don't want that there. That's kind of fun. Just do this. And then that. Just to give it a little bit of a, again, as I said, a smear. Kind of wobble it. Yeah. There we go. That's cool. And wait, yeah. And paint. Just get rid of that one. Okay. And what do we call this thing? Group is going to be, I'm going to rename it to path. Okay. Then I think to make my life easier, add a new one. And doesn't really matter. Where's my stylus? Here we go. I just want to go kind of the farther outside area. Yeah. And this one, we don't want to be terribly, we don't want it, what am I trying to say? This is just going to be so we don't draw like micro detail branches 50 meters out from where we're at. So that's why we want that. And we're going to call it distant. Okay. Object mode. Back in we go. So now let's do some geoscattering, which everyone knows is my favorite. Ground, biome scatter, open our biomes up. And okay. Here's our jungle scatters. What did we use last time? I think it was like 11 or 13. No, it wasn't 13. 8, 7. 7 is what we used. Very kind of close in. Lots of stuff. Let's do 7 again. I liked 7. Yes, okay, fine. That's not too bad. That means we can still play with it. So let's start playing with it. First off, let's start with trees. We want a culling mask, vertex group, path. Yes. We don't want a pattern. We're just going to get rid of it. So it's everywhere. And I remember from last time, we want to scale, random scaling of 2, makes them much bigger. That gives us, yes, we might need our road to be even a little wider. I think we do. Let's go do that. Okay. Weight paint, path. And now we can just draw on it and see where we're going to put not trees, as the case may be. Okay, that's good. Looking at our bike thing. And let's actually take our bike. And who do we want to parent to each other? Let's go and parent this to this. Control P. Oh, I'm in weight paint. Can't do that. Control P, parent object, right? Yes. And now if I move him, no. If I move him, no. Does my parenting not work? Come here. This, Control P, parent to object. There we go. So now I can just move the car. Well, it's not really a car, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that seems like a good, width for a path for hover bikes. I can believe that. Maybe a little wider than it might be, but cinematically, I think it works. Okay. So we like that. We can come back and we're going to turn off our trees. Turn on that. And this is also a little large for path. So let's get rid of path on that too. Okay. Now, let's see. That's everything, which I like, but there's no need for it in the distant background. So we're going to distant and reverse it. No, sorry. Here we go. Yes. So it will not be in the distant. There's no need for us to waste our space with it. Same with this ground cover, which is not huge, but whatever. Block it out of the distance, but it will still be on the ground in the path. This one, ground cover A, same thing. And twigs, definitely. I don't need twigs over everything. So that cuts it down a lot. And we can even turn everything on now and see what we got. We're going to do more. Because I want to feel a little bit more man-made than this, but not bad. And also, I just want to play with some stuff too. Let's turn off that. Now, I want to make rocks. Mesh. Where's my rocks? Rock generator. I want to make 6 rocks. I want to scale them all to. Let's just go to rocks. Maybe even a bit more. Let's scale them all to 4. That's just the X scale. Y scale is also 4. Okay. Z scale, I may actually not. I thought I was going to do it a different way, but this actually might work even better. Let's Z scale them to 0.75. Cool. I'll turn the ground back on. Great. Love it. That's way better than I'd hoped for. Even easier. I'm not going to have to. I thought I was going to have to do some Boolean to cut into them, but I'm not. And that's awesome. So let's take these rocks, move, new collection, rock source, and object convert to mesh. Now we have 6 different rocks. Yes. Morning, Michael. Good to see you. Let's see. So we got our rocks made. Let's go. Let's see what material we want to give them. What's our best way? Keep it fairly simple. Rocks here. Let's try grain rock. Okay, I'm just gonna make rock 1. Use existing. Okay, because then all these link materials. That should give us all having rock 1, right? Yeah. Cool. That feels acceptable to me. Only other thing I want to try, just for funsies. Let's look at this rock. Just that rock, yes. Shading. If I add grunge improved to it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's got some dirt on it now. I like that better. Nice. Just to help differentiate and break things up a bit. Okay. So now I'm going to come back to here. Where are we? Geoscatter. We want to scatter objects from the viewport. We want a... I never understand which one of these work. I don't know, like, what are they named? I don't know. I don't want it rotating. I want snapping. I don't want it levitating for sure. I think random. Scatter objects. Everywhere is rock. This is per meter, 0.2. Maybe even less. That looks about right. We might go a little more than that. But let's see. Culling mask, vertex group, path, and we want it on the path. Yeah, maybe we want a little more. So 0.15. That feels kind of okay. Okay. And maybe we'll mess with a little bit more. Where's our scaling? Don't do that anymore. I don't want them to be uniform. We can add more scaling, make a few smaller. Let me think of like 0.18. Okay. Great. It's great to see. Okay. Now, let's come back to jungle on. Now, mostly these are going to be fine. I could just let it go. Twigs. Let's just see. I'm curious. I've actually never really tried to do this, so it seems like a good time. Ecosystem. I don't mess with this much. Twigs are going to have a slight repulsion to the rocks. So the twigs won't be near the rocks, theoretically. Is that working? Maybe. Yeah, I think that's working. Yeah, 0.5. Cool. And Cosmosum. Do the same thing with it. Let's repulse the rocks. More Nuku. I'm kind of into that. Okay, yeah. And maybe let's try something else just to see with these bigger ones. Let's get rid of the culling mask. So they're everywhere. Cool. And set it up with instead a repulsion of our random. Yeah. Minimum distance of 1. Yeah. So those things will grow in between our rocks, which is mostly not on the path, but not getting rid of them entirely. I think that's cool. Excuse me. Take a look. Maybe. Let's bring our lighting up a little bit so I can see what the heck I'm looking at. Those rocks are very monochromatic. Not super into them, honestly, yet. They're kind of neat, but it's not working for what I want for this. I mean, it does look cool. Don't get me wrong. But first thing, let's try to fix our rocks. See if we can make them work the way we want them to. And otherwise, we'll just replace them with something else. But okay. So let's go into his rock texture, see what he's done here. Yeah. Some stuff. Search. Yeah, random per island, maybe. Try if I use that. Search. QSAT value. Let's try this. I'm just gonna wank it way into like crazy town, which doesn't do much yet. But factor of random per island. I mean, it does actually look better, but I do like it better. I don't know if it's making them different though, is it? Let's just check. Image color. Cool. And I'm going to say, just going to X those out, X that out. Okay. Excuse me. Oh. What did I connect that to? Go away. This. Okay, so that does do something. Now, random per island. Let's see on the factor. That does change it. Okay. So that is going to give us different vibes. Okay, yeah, now we got some color. Now we can do stuff to it. I see. That's good. I like. And Q 0.5. Saturate value of 1. Yes. So that's going to get us, just checking it. I want less saturation too. Something like that. We could try. Let's see. Say search random generator. See if this still works or works in this context. 50 there. Value into hue. Yeah, there they are. They're different. Cool. Nice. We can work with that. Shift A, search, map range. Grab ourselves a map range. And instead from 0 to 1, we're going to go to like 0.45 to 0.55. Subtle difference, but not a lot. It's still way too saturated in that color. Bring it down. Not to 0. Go back to 1. Let's just do it again. Shift D. Change this to a different value. Doesn't really matter what. And saturation is going to go from, I think, minimum of 0.7 to maximum of 1.1. Okay. Sure. Maybe. Maybe. Let's do it one more time. Paste those suckers out. There you go. Oh, wait, what did I add? What did I paste? Get out of here. These two. Okay. Another new value. Something. And value is going to be minimum of 0.25, maximum of 1.1, sure. Some of them are darker. Yeah, now we're starting to get a variety of rocks that feel more like rocks. Kind of into that. We could change our hue 1 minimum of 0.33. Make it a bit warmer. Sure. And our saturation 1, I think that's too much. Let's just go to 1. Maybe even 0.9. I think it's just oversaturated. Those are cooler rocks. Let's see if we like how they work in situ. Kinda. I think that probably our mix here, right? Yeah. I don't want it to be mix. I want it to be like color. Yeah, that's better. Don't want to lose that texture. And maybe I'm going to get rid of this one. Do our same thing here again. I think it's just a little more control. Factor of great to 0.8. I mean, those feel like way better now, right? I think they do. Still kind of feels like, I think, okay, yeah. I'm going to try coming back to our geoscatter and random. And I'm going to set our scaling. We shrink them down, but not that much. Factor of 0.25. 0.5? 0.5, I think, which means we're going to need to increase our distribution a whole bunch. More like a rock, like a road. There we go. Let's take it down again. I don't even so much care if it matches the local because I kind of want it to be placed there. But it's like a, you know, cobblestone road, as it were. Just so it sort of feels like it's a bit more intentional. I feel like that does. I also think we need some more micro rocks. And rather than do it again, I'm going to make a new scatter. Grab our rocks and scatter objects. So we got a second one. This is going to be, what are we going to call it? Small rocks. I'm just going to rename this one big rocks. There we go. Yeah, exactly. So these ones we do want to scale down, shrink to like 0.1. And we want them have an affinity of big rocks. I'm going to turn off the jungle so I can see what the heck I'm doing too. Okay. And then we're going to increase our distribution quite a lot. I think make them even a little smaller though. Okay. Maybe somewhere in the middle there. Yeah, like that. A duck. Random scaling vectorial. Again, increase the probability a lot. These are all different. Now, turn jungle forest back on. Take a look. Okay, and now that feels a little bit more intentional. It's got the, I like that it has the stuff growing up around it. It might even like a little bit more growing up around it, but definitely feels like a road now. I think, ooh, I know what I want to do. Trees need to have a repulsion to our big rocks. So they don't come right up to the road. And the repulsion is going to be a minimum of 2 meters. Yes. The transition of 1 meter, maybe. Thin that down just a little bit. Maybe a transition of 3 meters. Yeah, how crazy that goes. Yeah. Because you wouldn't necessarily have trees going right up to the edge, right? You know? Now I think it might be too wide a road. So let's grab our road and weight paint it. And we're going to weight is 0. And just bring it in a little bit. That's what I love about using weight paints. It's so dynamic. If you want to change something, you're like, oh yeah, that's so much better. Let's bring that in on this side too. A little bump. And all this is being driven by this one weight. So the rocks are all moving. The trees are all moving. I feel like that's probably better. You can even kind of come in a bit more here. Yeah. If we do that, that'll get rid of some rocks there, just for funsies. Get rid of a few here too. We could go absolutely crazy. But I think that's better. What do we think? Yeah, we think that's better. Now, it might be fun to put like, what if we put a bus stop here? Sort of indicate that like this is where people show up and get picked up to go to work from their farmsteads. Like a bus stop right there could be really cool. I don't know. I think it could be cool. I'm going to turn off, let's see, the least all the ground stuff. Go off. There we go. Only the trees and the big rocks. So you sort of see where things are. I'm gonna put a stop here. Thanks, Nuku. I think I'm liking it. I think it is coming along. I love environments like this. So bus stop. Not going to be a lot of metal. Again, we are avoiding that on the space, and these are not the rich folks. So we want kind of a structure. Let's just build something here. Mesh cube. I'm going to move it to a new collection. Call it bus stop. Okay. And yes, exactly. It does rain a lot. The ground is very porous, so there's no standing water. It just seeps in, but it does rain a lot. So we're getting a shelter into it. That was my thought as well. GZ2. I'll bring another person in too, so I can get a standing person, which we may or may not keep, but I just want to have one for scale because it's hard to tell. Let's go grab a lady, because if we're going to, we'll think we're going to keep them this time. Yeah, sure, her. Generate a new human. Perfect height on our thing. Good. Body. Rosa. Hey, Rosa. Okay, I'm going to just turn off geoscatter. Randomize. Okay. Nice. 30 is fine. I don't care how old she is. Randomize the head. Randomize the height. A little shorter. Cool. Randomize the skin. Good. Hair. The concept, I think, for this one is people have primarily short, kind of cropped hair, mostly because of the weather. And so we're going to give her just a buzz cut fade haircut. It's accurate. We'll make it lighter, a little less red. Let's take a look at her. Yeah, that's cool. Ooh. Oh, okay. I've hidden the eyes. Like, ooh, but I know what's going on. That's fine. And again, we're not really going to spend a lot of time looking at it. The character. I love yes, it is the Death Stranding character, but it's fine. I'm just going to use it. Footwear. Ready for gardening boots. Perfect. And she's not sitting, she's idle. There's a neutral idle, it's fine. Great. There's another character. She's not really the point to this, but you know, we're gonna keep her there. RZ. Okay, now I can work on our bus stop. which I think is actually too high. I was gonna, not her, it. He's down to about there. There we go. Cool. And then 2. I'm gonna take this down like that. All right. All right. All right. All right. Now, how we want to handle it? I think what we'll do is 3p sections, split it off. This thing, Q, add a modifier, wireframe it. Like that. Cool. And then apply that. Let's drop into gray mode again. I don't care about the underground part. Tab, good. Let's remesh it. Let's go a little bit more. Yeah, okay. Add a modifier. Search. Come on. Displace. Yes, that's what we wanted. New, because we don't have a material here. Or yeah, we don't really. Just have rock displacement. Texture 1. Strength 0.03. Sure. Apply all. Smooth it down a little bit. It does not need to be 22. That, so search decimate. Let's take it down to even 8,000 is a lot, but sure, fine. Great. Tab A. First off, let's just see. L. Make sure we get rid of anything that's floating around. Good. Then tab A, U, cube project. Cool. And then we need a wood. Material. Let's see. Wood generic. We gotta love generic wood, right? Let's see. Take a look again. Cool. I mean, it ain't gonna win any prizes, but it's gonna get us what we need to be, which is what we want. Then this, scale it. Object, set origin to geometry, scale it up. Cool. And then when you go grab our hay, which we have not used in this material, so we'll need to grab it from another one. We just grab it from this. From the original. We haven't done anything to it enough to matter to go pull it from the big scene that we did earlier on the week and last week. Okay. Go away. Go bye-bye. This. Copy object. And where are we? We're in bus stop. Paste object. Cool. Hay roof. Okay. Tab. Vertices. Draw. Make sure we're going to draw on surface. It's all facing the wrong way. But okay, fine. Whew, okay, that one didn't go right. Oh, okay, I went too far. It's like, what happened? X for a C. Goodbye. Did I go the wrong way? Yes, I did. Well, we're just going to rotate it. Not individual origins. Seven. Fine. Great. 3D cursor. Global. Come on. Screw you. Don't delete it. We're just going to do it again. I don't feel like thinking right now. Okay. 1, cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're pointing the right direction, right? So you're not all, you bastards. Tilt. Why are you being this way? Fine. Come here. Why you gotta be? Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, it's drawing on top of the other ones. That's why. It's recognizing that they're there. Well, we don't want that. It's like, what the hell? L. Good. L. Three. Or just grab it. Those two things. Grab those. Cool. Good deal. Tab A. Shift D. X. 0.1. No. Minus 0.2. Z. There we go. Now we should be able to, right? Yes. Now turn this back on. Voila. Okay, then we can just add one more, I think, at the top. Let's just draw in. One more. Cool. What did I just say? I don't know what I just said. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to get rid of this plane now. I think. Actually, I'm not going to get rid of it yet. I'm going to shrink it down. Bring it back down into here. And tab. Okay. Now, Q, curve extract. Great, get a load of those. Cool. Now I can get rid of this thing. Cool. Yes, 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 much better. And then these, tab, or convert to mesh. Cool. They already have a fair amount of, do they? No, they don't. A, Shift Q, dice. Or not Shift Q, Q, dice. Y. Let's just dice it to that. Okay. Add a modifier, displace. 3 with our. Oh, I don't care if you do. Go crazy. I do not claim to be child friendly. There we go. Nor am I monetized, so screw it. Level 1. There we go. Yeah. Too much. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Apply all. And again, I could go even more crazy with it. But I don't know. We don't need to bother. Tab A, U, cube project. Join to this. Make sure it's all just one material. It's not. Now it is. Yeah. Okay. We'll give this a bit more. Well, 20,000 is not bad. Let's see. Is that enough? That's probably enough. Yeah. Okay. Bus stop. Okay, that's off. I'm gonna fix that. This thing. Tab. L. No. Yeah, just this one. Okay, sure. We got some wonky things going out there like that. And that's okay. I'm into that so far. And let's see what else we can find that we want to put there. This is funky. This is like a fence. What was this? What was this? Something I 3D scanned. It's a fence. Kind of like it though. Do I use it? I don't know. Yeah, I think we do. We're going to go like that. And over here on this side as well. I'm just going to drop it down so it hides that crap ground. Or maybe we'll bring up our ground. Just a bit here. Since we don't really care. Great. And then we're going to want a bench, which we can grab a good bench for this one from the Water Village. Is that a good place to have it? Is there a bench? There's stools. Not really a bench. Where did I grab that bench from? Oh, it was from Kitbash 3D. Medieval Market. Is that where the bench was? Yes. Everything was fine till the Fire Nation came, Michael. Okay. I think I might need to turn on. Let's see. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just babbling. Sorry. We're basically done though. Geoscatter. I'm just going to turn on our scatter and then we're going to be like, oh my God, the jungle doesn't work here. And geoscatter on. Something like that. Okay. That's fine. I don't mind that there's plants growing next to our bench. That feels kind of cute, actually. Let's take her. And let's move her out of the plant, whatever it is. Okay. Okay. So I think we're going to call it. We've done some fun stuff. Well, first off, we finished up our car or truck or whatever we want to call it. We added a bit more bling to it. We made our driver, got him posed. We made her, got her posed. Got our road. Everything going on here. Yeah. Let's just maybe set up one camera. Alexa with the anamorphic and IMAX. Let's pull back to like a 35 maybe. Yeah. We need to bring the sky in too, but you know, like all that's the stuff you guys have seen before 1,000 times. I'm just going to grab the sky from the other village or the other homestead. But feels like a road. Yeah, totally feels like a rural road. Those rocks are working for me. Let's grab the append. Quite pleased with that, actually. I wasn't sure with that road before. It didn't start right, but I think it came together right, and that's what matters. World. Matte paint. There's our weird blue. Or yet green sky. It's gotta brighten things up a bit. I think we're cooking. Let's just turn off bones so we can see what we kind of look like with people. Yeah. All righty. That's gonna be it, my friends. I think this scene has got to be where we wanted it to be. thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it as always. I will be back again tomorrow and we will start something else on this world. In the meantime, have a great day, work on your own projects, you're into that sort of thing, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye.